अवतार मेहर बाबा की
मेहर
जय।
बाबा
अवतार
की जय,
मेहर बाबा की जय।
की
अवतार
जय.
मेहर बाबा। Beloved Baba, please be with us through this journey and give us pleasure of your presence, darshan, and guide us. Thank you, Baba. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's daman till the very end. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार
Jai.
मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। Loving Jai Baba to all.
Jai
And
Baba.
we are reading Jai Baba. We are reading Meher Baba's early messages to the West. Wonderful book. We have completed 3 parts, and now we are in the part 4. And it is all about Baba's sayings. So last session we had wonderful discussion on forgiveness, which is most essential but found very difficult to exercise in practice. So today we'll start our new chapter in the same part, that is section 2 of part 4, that is religions or Shariat. Uh, religions or Shariat.
Is this big
Uh,
enough?
yeah,
Good size?
yes,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Perfect, perfect. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. Good.
So I'm doing this from Lucknow. There was a Prem Sammel and Baba's program, and just continuing with that. So, section 2, religions or Shariat, again, very important topic. The act of worship should spring from the heart. Let it be born in mind that worship from the heart presupposes great efforts. It cannot be evoked by a mere wish. If one decides upon practicing true bhakti, one has to make heroic efforts in order to achieve fixity of mind. For contrary thoughts are very likely to disturb one's mind. So, Baba has always emphasized whatever comes within from deep from your heart is a true worship. Whatever it may be, whatever kind of it may be, whether it is a worship, a prayer, a kissing Baba, whatever comes from within your heart is a true worship. If we do that worship mechanically, it's not a bhakti, it's not a true bhakti. Bhakti means devotion. And one has to do tremendous efforts to fix the mind, remove all the thoughts from the mind, and concentrate them only on God and think about only God. Our mind should be so stable, as Baba says, it should be like a frozen lake, which is very, very calm and cool. But contrary thoughts keeps on coming in mind, and which disturbs mind. Profound worship based on high ideals of philosophy. Profound worship based on high ideals of philosophy and spirituality and prompted by divine love constitutes true mysticism, bhakti yoga. It follows then that the various ceremonies and rituals, which are the part and parcel of every creed, into bracket, the shariat of every religion, constitute only its shadow. So these ceremonies have got no importance. Again and again, Baba has emphasized this aspect. No rituals. I think it's not much in West, but in East it is too much. So even if it is a worship which is based on all these rituals is of no use because it is only a shadow. Why Baba says no rituals? Because there are two, three things. These rituals again make some impressions, and we are bound by those impressions. Point number one. Second, our attention is only towards the ritual
Mm.
and not the thought of God about Him. It's not in our mind. We worry about the rituals and sequence and the correct procedure, whether I am following or not. It is worried about that as it is in Eastern side or as it is in India. Haldi, kunku, and lamb, and all that burning this and home and havan, and so many things are there. Offering flowers and garland and all that, and so on and so on. So the mind is towards those things. And doing this again creates bindings. And another most important thing Baba has explained in its original form, as it was taught by the avatar or prophet. With the time, it had changed. So which procedure we will follow? It is not correct. So better to follow Baba's Prem Yog, love path, path of love, which is very important. Then, before going to next point, which is very, very important, anyone wants to share about Jai Baba? Proceed further.
Mm. Mm.
What
Uh-oh.
happened? We missed the connection.
I think she's just gone.
There was,
Oh, here she. Oh,
yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
yes, you were gone for a
There are
minute.
any disturbance.
Ah,
Yeah. Mr. Prakash, Pratap Kaka, anyone want to say something on worship, true worship, and rituals?
I have
Jai
something
Baba.
quick to share. Somebody
Yeah,
asked,
please.
I'm sure you all know, but I just want to just bring it up again. Somebody asked Erich, I think, uh, how we can prevent following Meher Baba from becoming a religion. And I believe the answer was when people, Erich or Baba, I don't really know, but I think maybe Baba. So when people gather in small groups and share their experiences in their about their love for Baba, and that will help prevent the formation of a religion, because now with so many people following different paths to love Baba, so it basically indicates that there are so many ways. So there is no
mm,
strict code of conduct,
mm, mm,
kind of thing. Yeah, I just thought I'd
mm,
share that. I'm sure you all know, but it
mm.
just came to my mind. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Jai Baba. Pratap Kaka, Jai Baba. Is he there?
Jai Baba.
Okay, we'll
Mm.
move on. Kaka,
Uh,
would you like to talk something on this true worship and avoiding rituals and all that? Jai Baba.
I was just listening to whatever you were reading.
Mm.
In fact, the same subject has been faced by us. As you know, that we had a 5 days Padayatra, or a
Mm.
travel on foot from Pune to Mehrabad. This we had already three. This is the fourth time.
फोन करता पड़ा.
This Yeshi Yatra is for the fourth time. It's very vital question that we are discussing. It is our fourth time that we were going there on Padayatra. Now, after reaching there, all these previous three yatras, we used to have a circular, what we call a pradakshina or circle on the samadhi, walking around the samadhi 7 times. Now, this time we were not allowed to do that, taking it to be a ritual. And as Baba has discarded this ritual, there can be, we just accepted whatever they say, and we avoided to take all the same. All the 3 previous yatras, we had that process of taking a circular round 3 to 7 times. But this time it was obstructed on the ground that it is a ritual. Now, who has to decide whether it is a ritual or not? What is your in mind? Whether you are doing it lovingly with love or you are doing it as a mechanical process. That is, who has to decide about that? Now, my point was, I didn't speak that. I didn't allow that. I just withdraw, taking them to be whatever they have decided, not to allow such things. I have just withdrawn. But then a question comes in my mind whether in the previous 3 yatras I was committing this mistake. Whether I was committing this mistake.
No.
If I was
No,
committing
not at all. Not at all. Because Baba has clearly said whatever comes from within the heart, if you are doing it lovingly from heart, it is a perfect way for you as an individual. There is no mistake.
You agree with my view. You agree with my view. I'm happy about it. But then I will give you one beautiful example. One beautiful example that, as you know, the Baba used to gather at, Baba used to stay at Guru Prasad every year for 3 months. And then people from Pune, people from Mumbai, especially people from Mumbai, they used to come at weekends to be with Baba. And so we also used to be with Baba. During that time, one incident happened that Jimmy Mistry, the father of the present president of our center, of our trust, he used to bring garland for Baba. It's a very beautiful example I'm giving you. He used to bring every week. He used to bring garland for Baba, and Baba said, "Why you bring this garden every week? It's not necessary. From next week, don't bring it." Now, all right, he said, "All right, Baba. From next day, I will not bring." But while going, he said that I am not very keen about it, but Rhoda wants me to do that. And when he just took the name of Rhoda, Baba called him back and said, keep on bringing this garden. Hereafter, keep on bringing this garden. Now, why Baba has changed his instruction? First, he said that from next time we don't bring it. But since Jimmy Mistry took the name of Rhoda, that because of Rhoda, I am bringing this. Baba again called him and said that no, keep on bringing this. In fact, in short, we have to see that what the heart sees. Now, if you are doing it with heart, then it is not a ritual. Now, people have walked all these 5 days. You know how even many of the people were they have crossed 70 and they were walking. So they are walking without just as a ritual. No, it's not with ritual. It is with their love. And with the same love, they were to do that 7 Teras.
Right.
This is what
Thank
this
you.
is
Thank
what
you,
we have to
Baba.
understand better. This is what we face.
Right.
We face in sessions.
Mhm. It is
Yes, go on.
spontaneous from love. It is spontaneous from deep from within heart. With love, it is okay. Nothing is ritual. Thank you, Kaka. Thank you, Mr. Prakash. We'll move ahead. So, next saying or thought is very, very important. Do not be afraid of God. For how can you love Him if you fear Him? So beautiful. Fear and love do not go hand in hand. The truly religious man is he who is God loving and not God fearing. This is so very beautiful. Love and fear cannot go hand in hand. And Baba has always asked for all the problems, only one solution Baba has given is love. The easiest, shortest way for the spiritual path for attaining God realization is love. For everything and anything, Baba is telling love. And he says that we should not be afraid of God. But to the contrary to this, what we find mostly, at least in India, eastern side is, people do not worship God or devote Him just like that. Either they want something from God or they fear. They have a fear in their mind that if I don't do this and this, the God will be angry, God will punish me. But Baba says, how can God punish anyone? God do not punish anyone anytime. Whom will He punish? Because everywhere in each being and in each thing, it's God. Everywhere, God is omnipresent. He is in every being. So if He punishes someone, it construes like He is punishing Himself. So whom will God punish? So Baba says we don't have to be afraid of God, but we have to love Him. Why? Because He is the only one worthy of loving. He is the only one whom we can love. And so we have to love Him because He is worthy of it. We have to love Him and not to be afraid of Him. Yeah. Anyone on this afraid of God?
Yeah, I mean, generally, as you just said, a lot, at least back home, have this notion that if you do something wrong, he'll punish you and things like that. And generally, that my notice in my younger days was that many were mostly God fearing rather than God loving. Of course, once you come to Meher Baba, it's totally different. But otherwise, it's mostly that kind. Yeah, at least my observation. I could be 100% wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it is there in East, as we say, na, those beliefs are there. If I don't do this, God will be angry. Even so many Baba lovers also are in dilemma if I don't do that Kula Daivat. In India, there is a custom that every village and place has their own Gram Daivat, village deity. Every family has their own deity, and they say you have to worship it. Till today, I don't know which is our deity. We never follow it. As Baba lovers, because of my father, we never do that. We never did that. And these are all beliefs. It might be sometime they just wanted to be people live a life, ascetic life, or true life of worship, turning our back to the word, as Baba say, turning our face to God, as Baba say. They wanted to have this principle, ethics, and just to highlight them and make them important. Sometimes somebody might have said so, but God is not there to punish, and God is not to be feared about. That is this one. Always love this thought of Baba. So lovely. Yeah. If there are no other shares, we'll just move ahead.
Can we share the
Upon
one thing?
the altar. Yeah, please, most welcome.
Jai Baba. God
Jai Baba.
is Jai Baba. Just I trying to speak in English. God is punished, but in a different way. God is punished in a different way. Is realized that you are wrong. Is realized you can wrong. That is the punishment of the God.
Mm. Mm.
God
Mhm.
was punished every time. God, if you are wrong, God was punished every time, just like one father and son relation between the father and son. Father punished the son, but is not punished just like this. What can I say? त्याला काय म्हणतात त्याला मारणं आणि हे करणं त्याला काय म्हणतात इंग्लिश मध्ये आय डू नॉट दॅट पर्टिक्युलर वर्ड इज रिअल आणि तुम्ही सांगा यांना की गॉड पनिशमेंट करतात पण त्यांच्या करण्याचे तरीके राहते तो वेगळे राहते त्याला रिअलाइज करून देतात की तुम्ही रॉंग आहेत आणि मग त्याच्यासोबत त्याला शिकवून देतात दॅट वॉज द पनिशमेंट ऑफ द गॉड असं मला वाटतं जय बाबा
No. Jai Baba, Meher Prasad is telling, if we do something wrong and then we suffer, that is God's punishment. But that is also not true, Meher Prasad, because we have done wrong, that is our karma. So the impressions, so the effect. It's not God who is punishing us in that way also. If I fall sick, He is rather blessing me in a different way. If you say so, if we are suffering, we have problems, we have difficulties, we have diseases, ailments, it's not God punishment, but it is God's blessings. Because by doing this, He is helping us to eradicate our so many sanskaras, and in particular bad sanskaras. You got it? So these wrong things happen with us because of us only. It's not God who is punishing. We did something wrong, so the cause, so the effect. Right, Betty Prakash? Mr. Prakash? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, definitely.
It's that is also not punishment there. Okay, Meher Prasad? Yeah, Meher
Mhm.
Prasad
yes
is suffering a lot.
yes
He
yes
was,
yes
let me now, this is the right time to introduce you to the group, Meher Prasad. Kindly put on your video and please don't mind. I'll introduce you to the whole group, Mr. Prakash BTC. This is Meher Prasad Nimje from Nagpur. He was in coma for full 1 year.
Oh my.
He was in,
Oh.
and yeah, and so he has a brain hemorrhage, so his speech is affected a bit. But now he is reading Baba's books like a mad person all the time. He is doing his job. He's a businessman. He is doing his business, but he is reading. And during that coma period, also, it is said he was, though he was in. Sorry, I'm sorry. He was not in coma. He was unconscious. But he
Mhm.
says in that unconsciousness, he used to have dialogues with Baba and
Oh
read
my.
Baba books.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Ah,
wonderful that you are here. Wow, wonderful.
yeah. Now he is going to help us. He has formed a group of Baba lovers, and he will help to publish a book that is Gulmai's Memories. Right? It is in English, so many people want to
Oh.
read it. Interiors in
Ah.
India, they don't know English. So Dr. Meherjyoti Kulshrestha, daughter of Keshav Narayan Nigamji, has honored our request. She has completed the translation, and Meher Prasad is going to publish it shortly. Then he is
Wow.
also in the process of getting translated tiffin lectures in Hindi. Work already started. That will also be published. So he is, yeah. So
Busy. Very
okay,
busy man.
we'll
Busy.
move
Huh?
on.
Oh,
Mhm.
thank you for introducing Jay Baba, Mayor Prasad.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba. All this is Baba's love. I am not able to do this, but the Baba's grace to me to give the every perform to yourself, uh, do anything. I was recently suffering in a cancer also. Just
Oh,
I was suffering in a cancer also, mouth cancer. Uh, Last 3 months before in my mouth surgery, I've come back again in life. Is Baba
yeah.
grace. It's all that not is all this sanskara, not a punishment. That back life sanskara and the suffering, this all thing. And Baba was helping to me to uh, after 15 years I was suffering this thing, but Baba's grace to me to suffering this time. So your future is very bright. That I think so. That was my Baba. Baba was my friend, not a god. I feel like my friend
Mm.
after the God, but I was my friend first, and I was sharing everything in my friend to help us, to protect us, to guide us, and he already guides us to me every moment. Thank you, Baba. Jai Baba.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Thank you, Mayor Prasad. Jai Baba. So Baba loves you, and you have accepted Baba's Prasad very graciously, bravely. He has faced brain hemorrhage. He has faced cancer, mouth cancer, so many things.
Bye.
Okay, we'll move ahead. The next thought, upon the altar of humility, we must offer our prayers to God. Humility is spiritually of greater worth than devotion. It is easier to be devout than to be humble. But devotion, in many instances, proves to be a stepping stone to humility. So very beautiful. So it is easy to be a devotee, but very difficult to be humble.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Because ego is very strong. The more nowadays, many times we see people take pride in telling, I did this many job, I did this many sang, I did this and that, and I did so many things. But that is a pride, that is not a devotion. So Baba says, being devout is very easy, but being humble is very difficult, and it is very true. But he also says that devotion is a stepping stone. If you are really a good devotee, if one really loves God, that is the first step, and automatically that person will love all, knowing that God is in all. And if he knows that all are one, God is in all, and if he's then he will start loving all. That means then he will be humble, automatically loving with all. There won't be any pride. So devotion is a stepping stone for the humility. Then we are on page number 125. True bhakti means worship or devotion does not necessarily mean the observance of religious rites and the muttering of mantras and mantras, but it certainly means the continual repetition of any one name of God, or the continuous thinking and remembrance of God. So very beautiful again. Baba had told Premashram boys, constantly think of me, constantly remember me, constantly love me and take my name. Then I assure, Baba says, I promise you to make you like me. That is Baba's assurance, Baba's promise. It is such a big thing that God in human form, if He promises, He will fulfill His. I'm so sorry because I don't have book here. I'm reading from the phone of my husband, but I think I can read. And he is continuously getting phone calls, and I don't know how to mute it. I'm so sorry for this. See this.
No problem. No problem, Meherkrupa.
Please don't call. I am in the meet. Jai Baba. Don't call. Don't call. Jai Baba. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this. So true bhakti does not necessarily mean the observance of religious rites and muttering of mantras, but only continuous. Baba says without a second's break. If you can do this, remembering him constantly, whatever we do, in that we have to just imagine what Baba, like I one example I'll give. Somewhere I read, I think Mera tells how Baba used to wash his face. So she says, Baba never used to rub the soap bar on his hand and apply, but he used to take soap bar in his hand and fully rub it on his face, the soap bar, and then he will just splash lot of water. This is how Baba used to wash face. So when I read this, every time by Baba's grace, whenever I am washing face, I remember Baba. See, this is how Baba was washing his face. So these are simple, small things. This is why this reading books is not a spirituality, but reading books teaches us what spirituality we have to bring in practice, and how to remember Baba. And what are the things? If now Pratap Kaka is there, he is telling all Baba stories. So when they share these events, we go in that atmosphere and we enjoy that company, and then we remember, we think about it later. So thinking about God constantly is a real bhakti, real devotion. And there are many examples in India like this, like Sant Gora Kumbhar. He was a pot maker. He used to lose himself in that devotion completely. He had no consciousness of otherworldly matters. That is true devotion. Then Baba says, though millions say that there is nothing but God, to most men, this gross word is all in all, and God is unreal or a phantom. We meet so many people, they challenge. Oh, she's bad. She's after some Baba. Oh, he thinks. They think if they deny the existence of God, they will be treated as very learned, intelligent persons. But it is not so. For many people, this word is everything. And they give most importance to the worldly matters and less importance to God. Whereas Baba says, take God seriously and world lightly. But in many cases, it's exactly the reverse. But for we, Baba, our family, by Baba's grace, Baba, for so many people, Baba is everything. Baba is topmost priority. Baba things comes first, everything later. Next saying, Please raise hand if someone wants to share or add on. Then we'll have to ask every time. Next time, to pray to God for material prosperity is not a prayer but a fast.
Mm.
If we are asking something from God, demanding something, or if we are praying or worshipping or doing some puja, the ritual of worshipping God, for getting some benefit, it is not a prayer to the God, but only a demand. This is very, why Baba has said this, because in east side, eastern countries in India, it is a common practice. People will go and ask something. Oh, if I get promotion, if I get son, if I get married, if I get this, that, I will offer you something, either sweets or coconut and all that. So this is bargaining. It is a farce. It is not a true prayer. The next Baba says, on the way of Zatrushta Diso, many Parsis fervently pray, may the soul of Zoroaster rest in peace. Surely these Parsis are utterly ignorant of the spiritual position of their prophet or are impudent to the last degree. No greater insult can be hurled at Yazdan Zoroaster than by offering such a prayer. So very important. Zarathustra Diso means the day Zarathustra has dropped his physical body, as we observe 31st January. Whether 31st January or Silence Day or 25th February, happy birthday or saying happy, it's madness. Similarly, on the day Zarathustra has dropped his physical form, Parsis, they are very ignorant, Baba says, and they don't know the spiritual position of this God in human form or avatar. There's so much so that on this day they pray. What is the prayer? May the soul of Zoroaster rest in peace. This is utterly, Baba says, impudent. They are so impudent and ignorant to such a degree. He is God, his avatar. Now he, after doing his work, his duty in God's state to see, he is resting in God's state to be. He is God. How can we say, for a common man, if we say, may the soul rest in peace, fine. Because it's a journey, difficult journey for soul to disconnect its relation with the worldly things, matters, relations, and get connected and go to the astral world. It is difficult for a soul. If he has attachments, that soul has attachments with the worldly life, it is very difficult for the soul, the journey after death. Baba says, a death for the one who dies is such an incident, so shocking that in an instantly, within a moment, everything is cut off. His possessions, his achievements, all his relations, all his friends, whatever he has achieved in this world, even his body, which he was supposing as his own self, everything gets cut. He is severed from his body, possessions, relations, within a moment. Everything is cut, and thus only soul, the mental body, remains. So that dying person has to leave everything here and go. So for them, if we say, may the soul rest in peace, it's okay for a ordinary person, because for ordinary, and then ordinary person has a long journey. That soul has to adjust, to cut everything from and get detached from all these worldly possessions, relations, and friends and achievements, whatever projects that person was doing on earth, all those things will be incomplete. Everything he has to live here and go, which is difficult. So Baba says, whatever thought a person has in his mind at the time of death decides his further life. Even life, post-death, astral world life, post-death life, and reincarnation life also. And that's why again and again Baba has asked us, whoever takes my name in his last moments will come to me. Will come to me means get liberation. In Listen Humanity, Baba has made this point very, very clear in part 2, life and path and death and immortality. There Baba has said that whoever takes the name of his guru or God in his dying moments gets liberation. So for that reason, if one says, may the soul rest in peace, for an ordinary person, it is okay. How can we say for a God who is all peace, who's in unlimited happiness, unlimited power, unlimited knowledge, and he is the existent? How can we say that? So Baba says they are poor and so much ignorant that they don't know the position of Zarathustra. So next, Baba says, you will not be saved by accepting any theological dogmas or by regarding a prophet who lived hundreds or thousands of years ago as the only God incarnate, as the only genuine Savior, as the last real messenger of God. If you want to be saved, conquer your mind, lead a pure life, renounce low desires, and follow one who has realized God and in whom you have found faith. Very, very important. Anyone will like to say, Prakash, if it is so important, if you want to be saved, conquer your mind, Manonash, lead a pure life, renounce low desires, and follow one who has realized God in whom you have sound faith.
Yeah, just beautiful.
Jai Baba.
Actually, this is a good message because
Shall I
people
move
are,
ahead?
yeah, people are stuck
Because
to.
here also,
Yeah.
mind is the cause which creates sanskaras, which also helps to eradicate sanskaras. How that? Because of our past karmas, there are impressions. Because of that impression, thought come in mind. When thought come in mind, that samskar is eradicated. But mind is the place where thoughts are created. And if we bring them into action, again the samskaras, again the bindings. Same way, low desires. If we have some desires and if we try to achieve them, then again we are creating so many bad samskaras. So Baba has asked to conquer mind, lead a pure life, very pure life, not to lie, and all that which is said in our repentance prayer. Very pure life. And also, we have to follow only one who has realized God, means a perfect master, Sadguru. We have to follow. Then we are on page number 126. Most of the so-called religious ceremonies performed by the Parsis, the Hindus, and followers of other creeds are unnecessary and worthless. For these useless ceremonies, it is the avaricious and worldly priests who are responsible. Prophets, Sadgurus, and saints are not bound by them because they are already God. All these things are not applicable to them. Whether Hindu or Parsi or any religion, they have unnecessary rituals. Those are all useless, Baba says, useless ceremonies. We need not follow any ceremony. When Baba says, if we love Baba, we accept Baba, then we have to follow him. If he says not to do any ceremony, or not to do, not to break our head over it. Next thing, worldly minded priests, though they may mutter prayers throughout the day and may perform this and that ceremony, can confer no spiritual benefits on anyone. Poison trees may be watered with nectar, but they will not produce edible fruits. When Baba was in Nashik, the Brahmins in Nashik troubled Baba a lot. Baba and Women Mandali, they had their ashram in Nashik for 5 years. So Baba, again and again, Baba says, this priest and all those, whoever, it is just their money-making business. If we keenly observe, they themselves are not observing any of these things. And none of the avatar and none of the perfect master is bound by all these ceremonies. Next, Baba says, the so-called religious leaders who repeatedly quarrel over rites and dogmas can only lead their followers into the deep pit of ignorance. Only the blind will follow the blind. What light can be thrown by him who is himself in the dark? What knowledge can be imparted who has not experienced truth? So nice.
Mm-hmm.
The one who has, who himself is darkness, how he can help? And in India, there are so many temples and things where even flower you have to keep in the hand of that priest, and then that priest will offer it to the idol. There are so many things which are really, he is the media person, agent. Does God need any agent? Not at all. This is what Baba is telling here. And after this, 2 more thoughts, I will like to hear from Mr. Prakash and Pratap Kaka. The priest, whose principal motive is to serve himself and not others. It is his livelihood to do this, perform the puja, do the mantras and all that, and earn some money. Should be called a minister not of God, but of his lower self. Baba says that priest should be called a minister of his lower self, not even of God. Disinterestedness and eagerness to serve others should be the characteristics of a genuine priest. To whatever creed he may belong, he should be like a river that does not drink its own waters, but is useful to others, irrespective of their caste, creed, and color. Such a beautiful example Baba has given. One should be like a river, specifically priest. They should serve others. River gives water, flows for others, but river herself do not drink her water. Many of the so-called Christian missionaries are the followers of Judas and not of Jesus. the object of a true Christian missionary should be not merely to baptize the so-called pagans, but to render unselfish service to others, regardless of their creed and color. Now here, Mr. Prakash or Pratap Kaka, again it is on spirituality, religions and all that only, next also. But so far we have mainly seen that motives of the priest and worldly minded people and the ceremonies and all that. Would you like to say something?
I think Pratap
Anyone would like to say something?
Pratap ji can say something. We want to.
Mm. Hmm.
Pratap Kaka?
Mm.
Is Pratap Kaka there? Maybe he can tell some story regarding this. Okay, shall I move ahead, Betty?
Oh, sure. Okay.
Okay.
I think Pratap ji is not here.
It's so, yeah. Is someone is saying something? I couldn't hear. Sorry.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Ajay Baba.
The occasion and puja, archana is just a satisfaction in ourselves, not in a spirituality. Sorry, my wording is not clearly voiced. There is some problem in my mouth to
Meher
explain
Prasad,
the
if you are
all.
speaking, at least I can't hear you.
Jai Baba. Are you listening my voice? Jai Baba.
I can
Jai
hear your
Baba.
voice. I can hear
Yes.
you.
Oh,
Can he
fine.
enable
Yes,
the
yes.
original sound maybe?
That's not going to help,
Yeah.
Marcia. I don't think.
Jai Baba.
Jai
The
Baba.
puja, all the occasions of the devotees in like a puja, archana, prayer, is all the things are this just a satisfaction in ourselves. It is not a specifically आध्यात्मिक काय म्हणतात त्याला स्पेसिफिकली आध्यात्मिक ती just satisfied in ourselves. I can do the puja, archana, I can do the varmala, that garniers, flowers and everything. It's just a satisfaction in ourselves. I can do the prayers. It's not a specific आध्यात्मिक म्हणजे हे जे जे काही आपण पूजा वगैरे करतो सर्व काही करतो हे आपल्या मनाच्या शांतीसाठी करतो ना की ते आध्यात्मिक सर्व घेऊन जाते असं माझ्या म्हणण्याचे अर्थ आहे. जय बाबा पालवीजी, का तुम्हाला माझी आवाज ऐकू येत आहे? जय बाबा.
I'm not hearing the last part. Meherkrupa, are you hearing Meher Prasad?
No, I couldn't hear a single word from Meher Prasad. Sorry, Meher Prasad. We'll do one thing. I'll just complete this part and then we'll come back. Is that okay? Meanwhile,
Yes,
you
yes,
can
yes.
check
Please,
your
please
volume
continue.
or other things. We are unable to hear you, Meher Prasad. Can you put a chat?
Please continue.
Just put a message on
please.
chat.
Oh.
Jai Baba. I'll read ahead and then for the next section 3, that is the spiritual path, I will ask Mr. Prakash to read. I'll read page number 127 and then next Mr. Prakash has book also. Am I audible, Betty?
Yes, you're very fine. Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
So I will continue. If a so-called religious leader comes forth and proclaims that marriages between brothers and sisters are quite lawful, he will immediately have a large following. But if a God-realized personage proclaims that renunciation is indispensable to the attainment of truth, only a few will care to follow him. So we are always after wantings. Next, Baba says, high spiritual path has nothing to do with creeds, religions, or Shariat. It is far beyond the limited dogmas and doctrines of every creed. You will attain to this truth if you give up worldly maya, lust, anger, and greed, kama, krodha, lobh. Next. To
Okay.
change our outward religion for another is like going from one cage to another. Either cross the boundary of Shariat, that means outward forms of religions, and enter Tariqat, the spiritual path, or remain within the cage of the creed of your birth. Baba never ever encouraged for the change of religion. He even asked Ambedkar to not do that, and he was always against changing the religion. He has cleared it why it is so. You get the religion, or you are born in specific religion as per your sanskaras, impressions. So if those your impressions are to be get wiped off, you have to remain in that religion. So the purpose of this your birth will be fulfilled of eradicating so many sanskaras. If the religion is changed, the aim of that life of getting birth in specific religion is not served. Suppose one is now Christian, might have been Hindu the previous birth, or can be a Muslim in the next birth. So we all, for that matter, in whatever religion, worldly point of view, from the worldly point of view, whatever religion we may be, is with specific purpose as per our sanskaras. But past life, we might be in some different religion. Each and every one of us. If I am Hindu now, for the worldly sense, though I love all the religions because of Baba and take them all alike, a previous life I might have been in some other religion, and next life also I might be in some different religion. So Baba says the religion one person gets born in or in specific family is as per his impressions. To eradicate those impressions, he is born in that specific religion. So changing religion in this life will not serve the purpose. After all, any religion is a cage. So changing religion means going from one cage to another cage. Better to be non-religious. No religion. Baba's religion. A man, next saying, a man becomes wise by practicing, not by preaching virtue. Ability in advising others about virtue is no proof of saintliness, nor is it a mark of wisdom. If we are reading, if we are giving lectures, if we are giving speeches, if we are having talks and all that, means that does not mean that person is different from you, or that person is different from others. Or if someone is teaching, that doesn't mean that person is saint. And one should never think so. We all sail in the same boat. No one is near to Baba. No one is far from Baba. All are at equal distance. Whether one had been in his company, one had his darshan, or one hadn't his darshan and hadn't his company. Whether one is a Baba lover or a not a Baba lover, whether one believes in Baba or do not believe in Baba, does not make any difference. He is for all equally because he is centrally positioned. He is at the same distance from each one. He is same approachable. It is our capacity how we take it, how we prepare ourselves to make more worthy of his love. It's all upon us. One shouldn't think, oh, he is a monthly, he is a babala, he is a old babala, he gives speeches, he is a trustee. How can he behave like this? Oh, we all are made of earth. We all are human beings. No one is perfect. And we shouldn't get discouraged because someone is doing wrong. We have to do nothing with that. That person and that person's sanskar. We have to do with only Baba. We have to love only Baba. So preaching, teaching, Baba says there are in number of preachers and teachers. It is important to practice what the person teaches or preaches or says or reads and all that. Reading is not a spirituality, but to practice it, what to practice, that reading and book says. And to practice is our responsibility. Next, in order to realize God and to gain the original state from which everything emerged, we should follow the creed that accords with our own conscience and stick to the path which best suits our spiritual tendency, our mental attitude, our physical aptitude, and our external surroundings and circumstances. So, wherever we are, it is as per our attitude, circumstances. Anyone?
I had
Yeah, Jai
Meherkrupa,
Baba.
I had a thought on
Mr.
the.
Prakash, can you please take? Yeah,
I can, but before
you
I
want to
have
say
one.
something?
I have one thought. Remember, at least I don't know if it's happening in all places in various parts of the world, but there's a big lot of people are changing the religions in India, particularly, right? And and I think I remember somewhere it was discussed. I mean, just now that you're born into a particular religion based on your past sanskaras, right? I mean, the previous life sanskaras. So, is it possible that somebody may have sanskaras of being in one religion and then changing the religion in the same life? Is that a possibility? Because it's happening so much. Particularly in Andhra, there's so many are becoming Christians, and many are, some people are becoming going to other religions and all. So, is that a possibility as well? I mean, it always baffles me that so many are changing the religion. If everything is according to our past life sanskaras, even the changing of the religion midway in their life, is it also a part of the previous sanskaras? That's my question. That's my dilemma.
Meherkrupa, are you hearing Prakash? What he has to say?
Yeah.
Are you hearing? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but unfortunately, I couldn't. I don't know what is the problem. I couldn't hear a single word.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
I'm trying to
Can you hear
join
me
from
now?
another phone.
Oh.
I'm trying to join from another phone.
Okay.
I don't know what is the problem.
Can I say again? Are you able to hear
Yeah,
me?
one sec. I'll just join from other phone. I'm so sorry for this.
I mean, maybe others can talk
Join.
about it too, but you know the issue I was talking about, Betty and all.
Yes.
Doesn't he
Well,
just
it's
say? Go ahead. Go.
it's happening. I would say it's a lot here in the United States too, America.
Right.
People are interested in Eastern religions. And,
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Well,
Baba,
I
but
mean,
isn't he saying that it doesn't matter?
that's right.
That's
So my
Change
question
your
is,
religion doesn't matter.
did the
Just
previous
follow.
life decide this, or is it something we can literally do it ourselves? Anything we want. There must be some divine force behind it. It looks like to.
ah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you know,
You are
times. Oh, sorry, I'm butting in here. Times have changed.
Mm.
This was early messages to the West.
Yeah.
And how, this was like 1930s, this was written?
Definitely way back. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and I think the situation it has changed some in the world.
Right.
East and West is kind of merging.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's
quite a lot.
another factor too. I don't know if Baba said this. I know Kitty mentioned it, and it's a common thought that things are so speeded up that in this one
Ah.
lifetime, we are actually living several lifetimes.
Oh, so that to
Probably, yeah.
me makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Baba per se said that, but it certainly feels that way. And some are really speeding through many lifetimes.
Reminds me of the prayer that Erich used to read when Baba said, asked him to read faster.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But didn't he just say in the
Faster and
passage
faster.
that? Okay.
So in that
Nice.
case, everything would be Sanskara driven.
Oh,
Right.
please,
That-
please.
That's true.
But
Marsha-
didn't Baba just say in this
Mr.
passage?
Prakash was saying to
I give up.
question to the region of change is also in the sanskara. That's the question Mr. Prakash saying.
Yeah, Meherkrupa ji,
It
if
was
you can
changing
hear,
religion,
Yeah,
that
yes,
is also the
yes.
sanskara.
I vote
That is
that
the
we
question.
say God driven, not samskara driven, please.
Exactly.
Please, love,
I am
driven.
talking about Baba having specifically said that
But I'm saying love driven.
that the previous life makes the template for your current life.
Mm,
That's what Baba said.
mm.
Ah.
It's a dilemma to me, at least. But
Marsha's had a hand up patiently. Marsha, what do you have to say?
I feel that we just read where Baba said, even though it was written a long time ago, that
Yeah.
you shouldn't be concerned with that if you just follow Baba, because
Mm.
we have the religions and they're changing, but basically, I think it's carried over from your past life, but things are changing. But he's saying, don't be concerned with that. Just stick with me. Have faith in Baba, faith and trust in Baba. So that's enough for me. Jai Baba.
yep, that makes sense.
People are also,
Yeah.
they
Yes.
change their names too. They're changing their names. And if Baba is bringing those 7 avatar comings together, we've had contact with them in those 7 places somehow. We've experienced it. We could have been a stone or a flower, but we've experienced it.
Very true. Very true.
No, in this, I'll just add one word, add on. In India, as now someone mentioned the changing names. In India, many lower caste people are changing their names to the higher caste people. Whatever Brahmin surnames, it is their choice. They can change the name. They get the gazette and registered in government and all that. So from that name, you can never know whether the person is Brahmin or high caste or low caste. And even as some now was just mentioned, the time is changing. It's true. In so many corporate world and so many places, as we see in hospitals and so many places, now they don't mention surname anymore. Many places in India, they avoid to mention surname. They don't. And in India, surname is as per the caste. From surname, one can judge what the caste of that person is, what the religion, what is the region from which that person is, and accordingly the treatment changes.
So sad.
But yeah, yeah, that is so sad. But changing name, as someone mentioned, is also not a good idea, because if he has been born in a low caste and if he has to suffer, it is for his betterment. If he changes a name from some low caste to higher caste like Deshpande and Lele and all that, to the Brahmin similarity, then the purpose will not serve of the whatever he sufferings or whatever treatment, not the sufferings. Nowadays it is a serious offense as per Indian laws. So whatever he has to suffer, because they take the advantage, reservation and all those advantages are taken by them, but names are changed. So because of names, whatever he has to face the situation, whether it is good or bad, whether it is just or unjust, he will not have to face, which is which might be not correct as in spirituality. There should not be, actually there should not be any caste, there should not be any religion, there should not be anything. As there is one very nice scene in one of the film, that Nana Patekar, he takes the blood of one Hindu and one Muslim, and he mixes it and says, now tell me which is the blood of a Hindu and which is the blood of Muslim. It cannot be segregated. So.
Doesn't change who your name doesn't change who you are. You're yourself. You have to find your true self. That's not going to help you. It's like, okay, you have to deal with who you are in this life and find your truth and what you're supposed to be doing. The rest is up to, it's all in God's hands, Baba's hands. Yeah.
Thank you all. Mr. Prakash, if the discussion is over, will you please carry from page number 128, the spiritual path, next session?
The spiritual path. Let me read.
Is it very long? Because today, yeah, we will just take this one and we will stop at page number 129. Is it okay today, for just for today?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
So these are all short, so it'll happen fast. So the first one, the aim of life should be to realize one's own self, as capitalized, as the universal self, as capitalized again. Let me read that again. The aim of life should be to realize one's own self as the universal self.
To realize God. So aim of life is to realize God, get the God realization. That's the only aim. Finally.
Yeah, the aim of life to realize your own self as the universal self everywhere.
That is universal self means God.
Yeah.
Universal mind, universal self. And this body or this life is not given just for the enjoyment and all that. It is a medium, it is a vehicle to achieve this aim. And that we don't understand, unfortunately. People are entangled in worldly matters so much so that it is like, for this worldly matter, the life is for them, but which is very incorrect. Always, if we want to really progress, if we want to implement repentance prayer really in practice, not to hate, not to get angry, no greed, no desires, not to backbite, every time we have to keep telling ourselves, oh, this is only a medium, this body is an only medium, my aim is this and this. If we keep on telling ourselves, it helps. As we use car or taxi to go to certain destination, once the destination, we reach the destination, whether it is metro, aeroplane, or taxi, whatever lavish or of third grade, we just leave the vehicle there itself. Yes, Jaipab.
Okay, next. When in you the limited I disappears, the infinite I in you manifests itself automatically. Let me read the second time. When in you the limited I disappears, the infinite I in you manifests itself automatically.
Mm.
Yeah. So when you
So
lose,
separative ego, when separative ego goes,
hmm,
and you are God.
yeah, yeah. And you want me to move on to the next one?
Yeah, full up to 130. You please take it.
Yeah.
No problem. No, yeah.
God reveals himself only to that mind which is entirely devoid of egoism and e-
Mm.
egotism. I really don't know the difference between egotism and egoism, except that there is a T that has come in there.
The spelling's
Maybe
different.
Betty can talk on this nicely. She is so egoless. She's so humble. She's so sweet. So
Oh, you
Betty can
think?
explain. Yeah. You can
No.
explain this egoism and egotism. This is special Baba's word. It has definitely some different depth and meaning.
Oh, I need you. I'm too humble. I don't know. Egoism. I don't know the difference. It's all about ego, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
there are two separate egos. One ego is what we call a pride, taking pride in this and that. If I am beautiful, oh, I am beautiful, taking pride. I have done this, I have done that. That I did this, I want this. That I is pride, I we can say here. And the other I or ego is a separative ego, which we all are one. God and we are not two but one. But
Mhm.
there we take ourselves different, separate from God. We treat ourselves, we take ourselves separate from other person, other people, so many other things. And we don't think that I am also a tree. I am also Betty. We don't think. We think, oh, Betty is different. I am different. Betty is so beautiful. Oh, I am so ugly. So this separative ego is another ego. And that should go, that which is called beautifully खुदी को मिटाना होगा तब खुदा मिल जाएगा. So this I think egoism and egotism. This is
Hmm.
Baba. We can just I don't know, Masha.
I think you're right. I mean, the way you said it is just beautiful. Egoism is just identifying yourself with a particular kind of species. I'm a man, and you have this
Yeah.
character. But if you
Yes.
talk about your own being, once you identify yourself, then comes
Oh.
egotism. Oh, I'm this.
Uh-huh.
You talk about yourself. So,
Yeah.
and let me read the definition. Egotism
Yeah.
means the practice of talking and thinking about oneself
Oneself.
excessively because of an undue sense of self importance.
Yeah.
That is
That is
egotism.
pride. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is pride. Yeah. So makes sense. Yeah.
What about egoism? Do you have a definition now?
Egoism.
Ego is identifying with the group, the best group. So,
Egoism.
ah,
I'm trying to get the meaning here.
Is that when you take on an remember Darwin Shaw said that there's the
Okay.
alternate ego that you make so you don't get as much karma.
So here it says egoism is another term for egotism. So they
oh,
basically probably mean the same.
same thing. Okay.
So
Mm.
philosophically, it means an
Mm.
ethical an ethical theory that treats self-interest as the foundation of morality. an ethical theory that treats self-interest as the foundation of morality. That's philosophical terms, but it looks like egotism and egoism perhaps mean the same. So let's take it that way. It's more easier.
Or we can say pride and separative ego. In
Ah,
Baba's literature, it is always said about worldly pride, taking pride, being proud of the things. So that pride is one ego, and separative ego, where
mm,
we make ourselves separate from God. Even sixth
exactly.
plane, yeah.
I like that.
See,
Yeah.
uh, sixth plane also, he sees God everywhere, loves God, but still he thinks that I am separate from God.
Mm. Okay.
Separate.
So now that we know the meanings, I'll read that once again so that we understand. God reveals himself only to that mind which is entirely devoid of egoism and
That
okay.
is very difficult.
Very difficult. I think we should put that word here too. So next one, we cannot witness even the threshold of the divine path
Mm.
until we have conquered greed, anger, and lust. The worst sinners are better than hypocritical saints.
Mm.
So we cannot even witness the threshold of the divine path until we have
Mm.
conquered greed, anger, lust. The worst sinners are better than hypocritical saints.
Mm.
I guess so you can't say you have entered the path till you get rid of all this stuff.
Mm.
Okay.
So you
So
might be waiting a long
It's
time for that.
easy to conquer greed and lust, but to conquer anger, it's a bit difficult.
but no, let me say something. I don't know, but did
Mm.
Baba say that lust is the last one to go?
Oh, I
No,
think
no,
it
no,
is
no.
true. Yeah, yeah, I think
Is it?
that the
Somewhere
uh
he said that persists even till almost the end
yeah.
of the journey.
Mm.
So something like that. I mean, because it rhymes. Lust is last to go. you know,
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
not that because it rhymes it is truth, but I think I remember it very clearly somewhere. I think Baba said that, but I could be wrong. Correct me.
I think I remember that too. I
Yeah.
can't tell you where, but yeah. Uh
So
hmm.
yeah. So to
I
enter the
could see
divine
that.
path.
Yeah.
Now let me ask. Divine path here means what?
Spiritual path.
uh,
That
uh,
means
Spiritual path, that is, no, that is spiritual path means enter after one enter on spiritual path, then gradually, slowly he will go to the planes.
oh, okay. So spiritual path
Ascetic.
means entry into planes.
Mm.
Okay.
This is the entering planes. Suppose first plane, if we take as first standard, so spiritual path is like kindergarten, junior KG, and senior KG.
mhm.
Then you
Any
get your
simple word.
degree. Then you get your graduate degree.
But the spiritual part is starting in the school jagat, like KG1, nursery in Hawa. All the things are mentioned in the week here. Hawa, Sadak, that is a KG1 class, KG nursery, and then the second, third, this is the spiritual path of the that way. First standard, second standard, third standard, seventh standard. Seventh standard is a God realization. That was the Baba said according to Baba's literature. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Can
Thank you.
Jai
someone
Baba.
that, excuse me, can someone that understands him better repeat for us? Because some of us can't understand what he's saying, but we want to hear him.
Palvi, please to repeat that sentence. Palvi, please.
What he says is, spirit in nutshell, spiritual path is the beginning. What Baba says, turn your back towards the word and face to the God. Means his spiritual journey started seriously, honestly, ongoing, progressing. Like for the Premashram and Meherashram boys, Baba said, I will bring all of you on spiritual path within 4 months. So much they were doing meditation. They were in constant Baba's company. Baba was feeding them. Baba was washing their clothes. Baba was loving them, giving lectures. So much already aesthetic life they were leading. So much so they were so much advanced, but still they were not. All of them were not on the spiritual path.
Okay.
Well, that's good for you to repeat what he's saying so we
Long way
don't
to
miss.
go.
That's really good. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Meherkrupa.
Next one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, thanks, Prakash.
Oh, we are done.
No.
Oh,
No,
finish.
You read the next one? Next
Okay.
one?
There is no obstacle. Next one. There is no obstacle which cannot eventually be overcome by the genuine spiritual aspirant. Let me read that.
Mm.
There is no obstacle which cannot eventually be overcome by the genuine spiritual aspirant.
Mm.
Okay.
As Baba says, spiritual path is full of difficulties. It's not a easy road. It's not a easy way. There are various challenges. It is the spiritual progress is very, very, very slow, gradual, and you will have to face many difficulties. But if you catch hold of your Guru, Sadguru Avatar, then he takes you safely through all this. And whatever difficulty comes, whether conquering your lust, conquering your anger, or whatever, because mainly, specifically through the plains, it is very, very, very tough journey ascending from the plane, getting stuck up between two planes, and again descending from that plane and ascending to the next plane. That is very, very difficult, and where one needs the help of master. Why so? Because every plane has got skies, and those skies means attractions. Every plane gives the aspirant something. Either it will give tremendous joy, bliss. It will give. It is fixed on which plane what will get. Will just sum it up in short. So it will be power. Every plane he gets on going on more power, more power, more power. And fourth plane he is full of power, unlimited powers he gets. But at that time his mind is if still not in his control. So there are chances of misutilizing them. Like fifth plane, he is the God of mind, we can say, Lord of mind. He knows the minds of all. And then sixth plane, they don't want to further progress from sixth plane to seventh plane. Many of them, Baba says, because they know if they don't accept it, because they get tremendous happiness there. They are so much, the love for God is on the peak, highest in the sixth plane. So they don't, they don't want to come out of it. That is also one attraction. So there is no any such difficulty which cannot be overcome by a genuine spiritual aspirant. That is what Baba says. Any difficulty can be sorted out.
But that's when we have to count on Baba, or the
Yeah.
perfect master to help move us
He
along.
will take he will take care of all. He has told that he will take all of us blindfolded. We will not know even that we have completed our journey.
That's a blessing. Now the next.
Yeah.
A lustful man, no matter what good qualities he may possess, cannot move along the spiritual path. He is like a cart with one wheel. Let me read that again. A lustful man, no matter what good qualities he may possess, cannot move along the spiritual path. He is like a cart with one wheel.
So, because the sanskaras, impressions created by lust are so thick, very dark, which are very difficult to eradicate.
Mm.
Actually, that should be the beginning for the spiritual path. Because unless he is like a cart with one wheel, he move along the spiritual path, Baba says. So, all type of lust, all
Mm.
type of lust, it creates very dark impressions. And the color of it is red. Baba has explained it in Creation and Causes. Color of such things are red, and which are very, very difficult to eradicate.
So here, when Baba talks about lust, is he talking about attraction to the opposite sex? Or in addition to that, is he also talking about extreme desire?
Both. I think both.
Yeah.
Lust,
Both.
lust or desire for having some food is also a lust.
Like chocolate, yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, what is greed? Greed is different.
Yeah. You are perfectly right. Greed is about the possession, things, jewelry,
Yeah.
property, having more and more. And that greed is about everything.
Mm.
Having more sex is also a greed.
Mm.
Having anything, eating more is also a greed. But
Taking
mainly
more than you need. Yeah.
lust we mainly treat as a what we say now in Hindi or in Marathi kama vasana. So
Yeah.
sex related, yeah.
Okay.
That is mainly that, and that is what Baba says, that it is very, very dark, those impressions.
Yeah.
But
So
by His grace, it is very easy to control it. By His grace, it can be overcome.
mm. Yep. So I finished page 128. Do we want to read the next ones, or you want to pause
I'm tired.
and come back for the next?
Yeah, we'll read in next meeting, no problem.
Okay.
I'll just note it down 129. I'll ask
120.
someone. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Well, thank
So
you.
Thank you
who
for
come for the prayer? Mehra is there for Aarti, and Neelam is there for Som Prakash Pochaghare. Yeah. Sushma, would you like to say prayer? And Mehra, would you like to sing Aarti Jai Baba? Or we'll take only Aarti? As you say, as you all say.
Yes, right.
What? Huh?
Okay.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, all of you. Avatar, Meher, Baba, ki jai. It was very difficult. I had been to Hamirpur, all the villages Baba had been to in interiors and all those things. And then Lucknow.
oh, you mean just recently you went there? You went to Hamirpur? Oh, my.
Hamirpur, Chora, Nauranga, Mehrastan, and all the lanes and gullies and villages and insides,
Wow.
wherever Baba had gone.
Oh, my. Mm.
if I may ask, who was your guide there? I mean, who helped you?
Yeah. I hired a vehicle for 6 days,
Right,
for 5 days.
but who was the Baba person who helped show?
Yeah. So that driver also knew some places.
Okay.
Then Gorelal, Pukaji's son arranged for one person, Khadak Singh, who
I
knew some person. And it was like a chain. From here, you will tell to the next person. Next person will take care of those things. And few, they didn't know. So we found it out with the locals, with the maps, and like that. For finding one place, Mahoba, we spent 4 hours. But finally, we got it. Baba had done, can you imagine? We are talking all about ceremonies and all that. Baba had done Havan. You can understand Havan. There was a Vedi in that house, in the house of Khare, and Baba did Havan there in their house. One place Baba did Dhuni.
Oh.
So many beautiful stories. If anyone wants, I will add you to travel with Baba, because I am shortly going to post all those photos and maps and locations and stories about it. So I think you are already there.
Yes, I'm a WhatsApp. You talking through WhatsApp or
Yeah,
different?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is WhatsApp. That is travel with Baba.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Wow.
add you.
Thank you. Wow.
Jai Baba. And he helps. We feel he is leading us, showing the way, making the things available. Even in Lucknow now, yesterday, the whole day I was searching for his places. We went to those places, and many places we strongly felt his presence. Many times that place speaks to us.
I was just going to ask you what your reaction was after going to all these places. It had to be amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a
Mm.
fortunate slave of the master.
Jai Baba.
Mm.
Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. He helps. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, all of you. Such a
Mm.
nice love gathering with you all. Jai Baba, Sushma ji. Please start. Yeah. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Avatar
Meher Baba ki Jai.
Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Meherkrupa.
she is saying prayer. Thank
Yeah.
you, Marilyn. She is Sushma is saying prayers, Baba
Oh,
prayers. Jai
yes.
Baba. Yeah.
Awesome. Hi,
Parvartikar,
Sushma.
the preserver and protector of all, you are without beginning and without end, non-dual, beyond comparison, and none can measure you. You are without color, without expression, without form, and without attributes. You are unlimited and unfathomable, beyond imagination and conception, internal and imperishable. You are invisible and none can see you but with eyes divine. You always were, you always are, and you always will be. You are everywhere, you are in everything, and you are also beyond everywhere and beyond everything. You are in the firmaments and in the depths. You are manifest and unmanifest on all planes and beyond all planes. You are in the three worlds and also beyond the three worlds. You are imperceptible and independent. You are the creator, Lord of lords, the knower of all minds and hearts. You are omnipotent and omnipresent. Your knowledge infinite, power infinite, and bliss infinite. You are the ocean of knowledge, all knowing, infinitely knowing, the knower of the past, the present, and the future, and your knowledge itself. You are all merciful and internally benevolent. You are the
Certainly.
soul of souls, the one with infinite attributes. You are the trinity of truth, knowledge, and bliss. You are the source of truth, the ocean of love. You are the ancient one, the highest of the high. You are Prabhu and Parmeshwar. You are the beyond God and the beyond God also. You are Prabhama, Allah, Ilahi, Yazdan, Ahurmas, God the beloved. Your name is the only one worthy of worship. Prayer of repentance. We repent, O God, most merciful, for all our sins, for every thought that was false or unjust or unclean, for every word spoken that ought not to have been spoken, for every deed done that ought not to have been done. We repent for every deed and word and thought inspired by selfishness, and for every deed and word and thought inspired by hatred. We repent most especially for every lustful thought and every lustful action, for every lie, for all hypocrisy, and for every promise given but not fulfilled, and for all slander and backbiting. Most especially, also we repent for every action that has brought ruin to others, and for every word and deed that has given others pain, and for every wish that pain should fall others. In your unbounded mercy, we ask you to forgive us, O God, for all these sins committed by us, and to forgive us for our constant failure to think and speak and act according to your will. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more and more and more and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold Baba's daman till the very end. Avtar
अवतार
Meher
मेहर बाबा की जय.
Jai.
जय
Oh,
बाबा.
Jai Baba.
जय
Avatar Meher Baba.
बाबा
Jai.
की जय.
Avtar
अवतार
में
मेहर बाबा की
Thank
जय.
you, Baba.
Jai.
Jai
अवतार
Baba. Jai
मेहर
Baba.
बाबा.
Baba ki jai. Avtar mein.
Baba Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Meherkrupa.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Mera
बाबा.
Prasad.
Thank you for the prayers. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
all
you,
of
Jai
you.
Baba. Jai all of you, Jai
जय
Baba.
बाबा.
Thank you, all of you, Jai Baba.
Thank you, Mera Prasad. Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am very grateful to join to this program while we sending the morning that link. I decided to join all the things are Baba doing. We just the implement. All the things are Baba doing. Thank you, Baba. And you also thank you. Thank you, Jai Baba.
जय बाबा. जय बाबा to
Jai
all.
Baba.
Thank
Jai
you all.
Baba.
जय बाबा.
Jai Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा
Baba.
की जय.
Jai.
Jai.
Thank you
Avtar
so
Jai
much.
Baba.
Thank you, बाबा.
Thank you.
जय
Jai Baba.
बाबा. जय बाबा.